When she said Reggie, I said, even I said Reggie. Who is Reggie? Who is Reggie? I said, I messed up. It's not that I want you to hear. Yeah. It's not the way you said to my eyes. Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. As always, a lot to unpick and a lot to unpack from that episode. I genuinely do feel like that was my favourite episode so far. I'm not even going to lie to you. So as I usually and I always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, of course be sure to subscribe. We're currently on the road to 25,000 subscribers. And also number two, please get cozy and comfy with your hot Ribena and your snacks. And I really hope you enjoy the rest of this review. Alright, okay and alright. So let's start off with Jay and Remy. As you guys know, Jay and Remy were already introduced to us in yesterday's episode, in which we were told that they were going to be the two new guys who were going to join the villa. So Jay works in finance and Remy is an aspiring rapper and also a model. In the beginning scene, so the girls are getting to know Remy and Jay. One thing that I did note down, which was quite interesting, was the contrast when the girls asked like, what is your type? Jay was like, you know, like juicy lips, you know, like a big bunda, like, you know, by the way, they need to stop saying that, but he was like, yeah, tall, juicy lips. And then they asked Jay and Jay was just like, you know, a nice personality, you know, like, you know, a really good heart, you know, just so I feel like their contrast was actually quite nice in terms of like what their references were when it did come to their preferences as well. So of course the guys are getting to know the girls a bit more, and Ekin-Su is also speaking about her situation with Davide. So she was just like, yeah, you know, she feels like he's okay and everything is going fine, but he does need to do a bit more. And Jay made a very interesting comment, and he did say he's not here like to make friends, he's not here for seasonal boyfriends. And personally, if I'm going to be honest, I do feel like Ekin-Su and Jay at first had a very interesting initial attraction to one another. I do feel like Ekin-Su 100% like the fact that, you know, Jay was, I think Jay's 28, she's 27, they both worked in finance. Why am I talking so fast? Sarah, stay down. Now let's move on to Remy, aka the aspiring rapper and also the model. You guys already know Twitter detectives don't sleep, okay? Twitter detectives don't sleep. And when Remy was initially announced that he was going on the show, everyone dug up, okay? He's passed, so he is a dancer, I believe, an aspiring rapper. He's also a model. He's actually modeled for Charlotte Tilbury. If you don't know about Charlotte Tilbury, you need to go and Google it. I won't lie, that was very impressive. But Remy actually started rapping and, God. Guys, the ick. You know what? Let me tell you something, right? I know I'm not the only one who suffers from secondhand embarrassment. Yo, when he forgot his line, it's like the mic can just cut off right there. I said, yeah, let's stop that one. So he actually done a little rap for them. Very interesting. The guys now joined them now as well because everyone is listening to everything. And they were literally speaking about, you know, each other. Jay and Jax got into a little, you know, just a little spicy interaction. Don't know why I'm talking like that, but yeah, got into a little spicy interaction. When Jay was like, you know, you're a bit small for like a rugby player. And then Jax was like, oh, I'll frighten you over there, mate. I was just thinking, relax, okay? Actually relax. I definitely know it was a joke, but I definitely feel like it touched a nerve for Jax because Jax was like, oh, I was thinking, yeah, babe, chill. So let's move on to the girls. So at this point, the girls were speaking about who they like out of the two. I think they literally just had to say whether it's Jay or whether it's Remy. A lot of girls like Jay, a lot of them liked Remy, and a lot of them also liked both. So I do feel like that was quite interesting. So Remy and Jay definitely entered this villa on an assignment, and they understood it because the confidence that was oozing out of them was 100% intimidating the guys. So they were literally pulling different girls around the villa for a chat. Firstly, Remy pulled Indiyah for a chat and Jay pulled Tasha. Even when Indiyah and Remy were first speaking, listen, I love our good sis Indiyah, but I cannot unsee those videos in my head of Remy dancing in the street. I actually just can't unsee them. But they seemed like they were having a good chat. She was speaking about her and Ikenna and how things have been okay. And she did also mention in her confessionals that she judged, you know, that she does find Remy quite good looking and attractive. Let's move on to Tasha and Jay, okay? Because yesterday someone tried to come for me in my comments and was upset that I find Tasha and Andrew boring. And I did already mention this before, that it is very okay, all right, and it's normal for us to have different opinions when it comes to the contestants on the show. I mean, we're different people, and I feel like it's very important to, I guess, respect everyone else's feedback and opinions of people. But when I was saying that Tasha does not like Andrew, you were looking at me and saying, why is she talking? Bro, let's get into it. So Tasha and Jay were having a chat, and she was very honest from the jump. She just said, oh, I won't lie to you, me and Andrew did go into the hideaway, so yeah, just kind of like to let you know. But she was being open and honest, and she did say, you know, that she is open to getting to know Jay and that it would take a lot for her head to turn, but if he's up for a challenge, then he should go. If he's up for a challenge, then he should go. Okay, do what you want with that information, right? Personally, I did already say this from the jump, and that's why I don't really touch on Tasha and Andrew too tough, is because I don't feel like Tasha likes Andrew as much as he likes her, and I do feel like at any given opportunity, if her head could turn, she'll definitely turn her head. But like I said, that's just my opinion, and we're all entitled to our own opinions. But even Tasha herself, just by looking at her actions and how she's always ready and willing to speak to new guys, you should know there and then that maybe she doesn't like Andrew as much as you think she likes Andrew. Like I said, everyone is allowed their own opinion, so I don't believe anyone should get onto me for having an opinion. It's literally just a review from my opinion. But yeah, I don't think Tasha, you know, I don't think Tasha actually likes Andrew as much as people think she does. So thank you very much. So let's move on to Ekin-Su and Jay going for a chat. Davide was doing up small like, oh, I don't care, go for a chat, I don't care. And it was actually quite funny because in that conversation with Ekin-Su, Jay was literally frying Davide like a pancake. He was literally just like, you know, I just feel like the relationship is a bit unstable. I feel like you can do better. And Ekin-Su's just sitting there like, So we really do know that Ekin-Su was attracted to Jay, but I feel like with him saying all of that, it maybe just kind of made her a bit more happy as well. Personally, first impressions of Jay and Remy, like I said, I really like Jay. I can't lie, I really like Jay. I love his confidence. I love how confident he is in what he wants, in himself. He's also good looking as well, and I feel like, I guess for the guys as well, that can actually be quite intimidating. And 100, 100 and 110%, his presence in the villa is definitely a trigger for Davide, because Davide knows, okay, now I've got competition. Maybe I'm not the only Italian stallion here, but also maybe I'm not the only one that Ekin-Su can now have her eyes on. There's actually someone else as well. So I do think that's quite interesting, because a little competition for Davide, he's definitely shining his eye, and we're definitely going to see that as the episode goes on. So let's move on to Dami and Amber. They were having a brief little chat. What was very interesting was Dami asked her age, and I was just thinking, okay, all these days, you don't know sister's age. In case you don't know, Dami is 22 and Amber is 24. But in all honesty, I feel like their conversation did make me wonder if Amber is actually interested in Dami. You know, she kept saying, oh, you know, I am happy being with you, but it is early days. And I feel like the second someone says it's early days, it's reminding you, wake up. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not, we're not solid here, okay? It's still early days. Relax. So it does make me wonder if she does like him as much as he likes her, but I definitely feel like Dami does like Amber. And I have already voiced this already. I really love Dami in the villa. I think he's absolutely amazing. He's got a great personality. So yeah, I guess sorry, that was actually quite interesting as well. So let's move on to Jackson Gemma talking. Okay, let me say something, right? Jax and Gemma are exes. They went out for, I think, a year or just over a year, and they haven't spoken since. So I understand that they do have a lot to speak about. Is the villa the right place to do that? I don't really know, which is why I didn't really understand why they brought her ex in the villa anyway. But they were just having a general chit chat about life. And at the same time, Luca was, of course, seeing that they were having a chit chat. Personally, I don't feel like Luca needed to act or react, sorry, the way that he did. I do feel like he's a bit over the top. I think he comes across as being quite obsessive. Like, you and Gemma have literally only been paired for like 2 days, like literally just relax. But he just said, oh, you know, like I'm pissed off, or I'm getting angry. Yeah, I see them, I this, I that. Like, I think he needs to get over it. But then at the same time, I feel like Gemma needs to be considerate of the fact that Luca is there and Luca likes me, so I can't continue just going privately to speak with Jax. Do you get where I'm coming from? Let me know if you agree as well. I don't know, but that's just kind of the take that I have from the whole situation with them. So, following morning, let's talk about the guys making the girls coffee, okay? Even who? Even Davide. I said it. Davide can make coffee. It is well. But honestly, definitely is threatened by Jay and also the new guys in the villa. But at the same time, it's like, and this is the thing with guys, right? Not saying that I have a lot of experience with this, but I'm just saying in general, like, just apply pressure from the jump and keep that pressure. Like, don't apply pressure and then kind of let things go, and don't only apply pressure when you feel like you are threatened. And Davide is definitely a prime example of that. So yeah, I guess it was quite nice to see the guys bring all the girls their drinks and their coffees and stuff, but then it just highlights even more that, yeah, they are definitely being kept on their toes because of the new additions in the villa. So let's move on to Remy and Jay having a chinwag. I love that word, by the way, but Remy and Jay were having a chinwag about who they are actually interested in, and we're just kind of speaking about the night before and some conversations that they did have. First things first, like I said, Jay was reading Tasha like a book, okay, like an actual book. And literally was like, yeah, she wants out of that relationship. And he said it so boldly and so confidently. And I feel like it's because he also can see that Tasha may like Andrew, not saying she doesn't, but she's not as interested as people actually think she is interested in him. So let's move on to Jay and Remy getting a text. And you guys know they do this a lot of the time in Love Island anyway, but they got a text that they were going to be able, to pick 3 girls to go on a date with. One was going to cook the starter, one was going to cook the main, and one was going to cook the, bake the dessert or do the dessert. Jay ended up picking Amber for his starter, Ekin-Su for his main, and Tasha for his dessert. And Remy ended up picking Indiyah for his starter, Paige for his main, and Ekin-Su for his dessert. Now let's get into the dates, okay? Firstly, the girls were prepping the meals and just deciding exactly what they were going to cook for the guys. One thing that was really cute, and I'm going to be honest, and this is what I mean, like, I love Dami so much because I just think he's just good vibes, but he was 100% stressed. Like, when Amber had her date, so Amber's date was the starter with Jay, he was just like, oh, that's definitely Amber's type, like, you know, even the age, like, you know, he's older. And it was just interesting because you can literally see that Dami was stressed, but it also highlights how much he does really like Amber as well. Let's speak about Indiyah calling Remy Reggie. Blood in my eyes. When she said Reggie, I said, even I said Reggie. Who is Reggie? Who is Reggie? I said, mess up. Honestly, big utter fact, mess up. But yeah, they just kind of like laughed that up. Like, I think he was just like, oh, who's that? Like an ex or something. But yeah, they just kind of laughed it off. But that was actually very interesting. I do feel like Amber's date with Jay went pretty well. I do feel like they look really good together. I feel like Indiyah's date with Remy was also quite good as well. And even when they discussed it, they did say that the date went well too. So let's move on to the main. Of course, for Jay, Ekin-Su was his date, and then for Remy, Paige was his date. Davide was the definition of stressed, okay? Like, when I say stressed, I mean stressed. It didn't help as well because Ekin-Su and Jay ended up doing, you know, the Lady and the Tramp movie where, you know, the spaghetti and, yeah, you know, you come closer. They ended up doing that, and if anything, it highlighted to me even more that Ekin-Su is a villain, okay? She's out for blood. She's actually out for blood, but I do think she is great in Love Island. At one point, I did find her a tad annoying, but I do think she's really great for Love Island, if I'm going to be very honest with you. And yeah, Davide was trying to act like he didn't care, but he was literally watching like this. I was just thinking, babe, you care and it's okay, but you're caring a little bit too late, so let that energy be applied. Let's move on to Jay. Jay had his date with Paige, and I won't lie, that was a very good date. I feel like Paige is really nice, and I have been saying this, and I feel like the conversations that she had with Remy was even better than the combos that she's had with Jax. They'll definitely both giggling, having a good little chin wag. So I feel like their date actually went quite well as well. Last but not least, let's move on to the dessert. For Jay, Jay had Tasha make him a dessert. I forgot what Tasha made. Yeah, I forgot what she made. And then Remy had Ekin-Su for dessert. Okay, so let's start off with Tasha. Hey, when I speak, you say I'm speaking. Tasha, 110, 50 million, whatever percent likes Jay. There was definitely a lot of good eye connection there, a lot of flirting as well. She actually did say as well, like, you know, you make me nervous. And I was thinking, has Andrew ever made you nervous? Because we've never heard that before. But I definitely feel like there is a connection between Jay and Tasha, and that is undeniable. And also, I was about to call him Reggie, wow. Also Remy with his date with Ekin-Su. He was actually feeding Ekin-Su the straw. By the way, that feeding thing was even interesting. But anyway, he was feeding Ekin-Su the strawberries with chocolate. And even Davide was like, oh my days, oh my days, oh my days. I said, oh, Davide, is that you stressed over there? I thought you didn't care, babe. I thought you weren't worried. So that's actually quite interesting because you can see Davide's eyes have literally opened so much to understand that, there's a potential that Ekin-Su may pick someone else. And also with the imbalance in the villa as well, it's clear that with the next recoupling, the girls are going to be able to choose. And I guess the guys who are not chosen are going to be left vulnerable and potentially end up leaving the villa. So yeah, the girls were literally catching up at the end of the date, and Tasha was mainly speaking about the date, about how much she does really like Jay, and how she feels like there is a connection there, and how she was really nervous. And Ekin-Su literally like jumped out to just say, does Andrew make you feel like that though? So I feel like with that, Ekin-Su was not only trying to get into Tasha's head to kind of make her realize the situation that she does have with Andrew, but also try and suss out like, Jay really likes Tasha and Tasha seems to like Jay, so where does that leave me in this whole situation as well? Now, as you know, we did get a glimpse of tomorrow night, and I'm very glad that Love Island brought this back, because in the first couple of episodes this wasn't happening. It was literally just the episode and then literally the outro. But we got a little glimpse of tomorrow night, and Ekin-Su and Jay are moving a little bit sneaky. I don't know why, but they definitely do end up sharing a kiss. So I feel like, if anything, that's Ekin-Su's way to kind of secure her spot with Jay, because she knows that they do really like each other and they do have a lot of similarities. And I guess as well, if that does progress, she doesn't need to focus on Davide, and also she may not necessarily see Tasha as being her competition. So guys, that is the end of my Love... sorry, my phone was gonna drop. That is the end of my Love Island review. I won't lie, I definitely feel like that was an extremely enjoyable episode. I thoroughly did enjoy it. It is very nice to see Jay and Remy in the villa. I do feel like they do keep the guys on their feet, and it also as well is nice to see the girls kind of giggle a bit more, speak a bit more, open up a bit more, which just lets us know that the guys before just were not putting in the effort, and that means that Remy and Jay have come to basically shake things up and also allow them to be on their toes, to understand that, listen, anyone's girl can get taken at any time. But yeah, as always, I'd love to know what you guys thought of that episode down below, so please feel free to comment down and let me know your thoughts and also your feedback. If you haven't yet subscribed, of course be sure to subscribe, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please take care, stay blessed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.